Hey, what's going on, neighbor? It's Jay Arrington, aka Jay Shmoney, and today I'm going to bring you my top 5 Arsenal tips for the game Arsenal on Roblox, right? Isn't this just crazy? And hold on, I made a list. It's fire. These are my top 5 tips that I actually used to get my first 2 victories in the game. I've been playing for a bit, just a little bit, not as long as a lot of you, but these are the top 5 tips I'm using to actually get some victories, and hopefully, like, these tips actually help you guys out because they really help me out. There's just things I just figured out while I was going through and playing the game. And without further ado, let's get to it. Jay Shmoney. Alright boys, tip number 1. Use teammates to know where the enemy is. So Arsenal does like a very core feature that a lot of other FPS games have, which is a map. And just because it likes a map doesn't mean you can't know where enemies are. I constantly pay attention to my teammates, seeing where they're spawning, where their location is, in order to basically tell where the enemy's probably spawning. And not just out of time, I'm usually right. Arsenal isn't like that advanced or technical of a game with a great spawn system. Actually, I feel like it's pretty garbage, but that's a video for another day. But it does the job and it works, right? But what you can totally do is just like see where your teammates are spawning, see where they're all bunching up at, because it seems like the way that the programming works is that they're just going to spawn where it's less populated with enemies. It's really simple, but you can basically use it so you just don't get caught off guard. Just notice like, oh, all my teammates are to the right of me. Let me start pushing more that way instead of pushing more left, because you have a higher chance to run to an enemy spawn. And it'll probably just end up just like that one scene from Star Wars where Han Solo ran to all those stormtroopers. Let's just not do that. If we have the option, I think we should just, like not. Like, can we don't? Alright, tip number 2. Don't go back to the same spot. I used to die to this so many times. I mean, like, all the time, bro. But what basically happened was I just realized that when I duck out of a fight, if I'm in a gunfight and I duck out first, I'm taking too much damage, and I just kind of like try to peek around that corner or whatnot, it's not really going to work out in your favor. If they didn't duck out too, and they're just still standing there, they already have the drop on your spot. They have a headshot lined up, they can pre-fire, they can do all kinds of stuff, which is also information vice versa you can keep for yourself, is that if they duck out, maybe just aim there for a little bit longer. Don't stay in that spot too long, because that's also totally a way you can get killed. Being in the same spot for too long will totally get you murdered, guaranteed every time. But if they're ducking out, or if you're ducking out, that person's dropping your spot, so try to come at it up from the left. Like if you're at some cover, you're shooting from the right, try to see if you can get a shot from the left. Try to see if you can get a shot from the top. Try to surprise them a little bit. Don't just walk back out because you're just asking for trouble. I'm trying to save your life here. Alright, tip number 3. See what guns people ahead of you are using. Being behind is not the worst thing in the world, I'm telling you right now, just because you can see what guns you should be expecting. I don't know how many times I've probably been in a gunfight and, I'll get surprised by the next gun, or the next mesh, like the model hasn't already spawned in, and that really messes me up a little bit because I'm not really sure what I'm shooting yet. So what I do is I kind of pay attention to the guy who's like 1 or 2 ahead of me, seeing what kills he's getting with his weapon, so I already know what to expect when I get there. It just really kind of helps out. It's like in the back of my head, like, okay, I know what's after this, so I'm going to use what's after this. Like just basically, I'm already going to be prepared. Like if I get this kill, immediately in my head, I'm like, okay, now I know this one's the baseball gun, so I'm going to start aiming a certain way to get the rest of the kills that I need and try kind of keep my combo going. And that's usually the plan. It works out. It's great. It's ideal. Give it a shot. Like I really do enjoy it. It's like a little mind game. It's like a little cheat kind of, because I don't know if anyone else is thinking like that. I'm sure they are, but I mean, I'm not the first one to come up with this idea, but it was the first thing to come to my head, because like when you're falling behind, you can get that pressure like, oh, I'm falling behind. No, there's an advantage. Be that underdog. Take that underdog advantage. Actually, that's what we're calling this one. It's the underdog advantage. Oh, that's kind of fire. Look at you, Jay. Which, speaking of which, leads right into my next tip. Tip number 4 is learn the guns. Take some time and just really learn and understand the guns when they come out. You should be able to know them by sight and not just by name. Don't take time to look at what name the gun has. Just, you should know it off rip. And that's going to be a skill that's going to take some time, so don't expect to know that in a day or 2. Just really learn the guns as they come. There's plenty of guns in this game. There's some weird and wacky ones like the pizza and the fireball and all that, but there's some that actually look similar. Like the AK kind of looks like the Dragunov, and the Dragunov is semi-automatic while the AK is fully automatic. And sometimes you might get confused thinking, oh, in a high pressure situation, of course, that you have an AK, but no, you have a semi-automatic weapon and you need to actually keep clicking and it's a fire instead of just holding down the mouse button. So knowing the guns by sight is a really, really like high level skill that I think everyone should probably have in order to actually get a victory. Because that way, in a high pressure situation, you know what gun it is off rip every single time. Like it switches, no big deal. I know exactly how to kill you with this immediately in your head. Be that bad anime character that just completely already knows what's in his bag, what's in his pocket. He's ready for like whatever you can throw at him. that's just definitely it. Plus, it's a lot of fun. Like when you just kind of get in the rhythm of like knowing which weapon does what, and you're switching up your styles all the time. For people with ADHD, you understand why that's fun. People without ADHD, you wonder, you probably won't get it, but it's a lot of fun. Like I'm telling you, I promise. Speaking of ADHD, don't stand still. Yeah, for people with ADHD, it's your time to shine. No more sitting down, no more sitting in one place. Be all over the place. People without ADHD, it's time to tap into your inner ADHD and that inner crackhead energy and be all over the place. You don't want to be a sitting target. There's been plenty of times I've seen people just kind of standing around and I get to line up my sniper shot after having the worst aim all game. Like, oh, finally, thank you. They're like a deer in headlights. It's fantastic. But even with a sniper, try not to stand still too long. And then even if you're using anything else, like just really don't stand still. I'm still like a victim of it. I'll still do it from time to time. Also like walking towards people in a straight line. You want to make yourself, especially if you're going to be out in the open, like the hardest target to hit. I see a lot of other players doing, a lot of higher level players like constantly all over the place, able to keep great aim. I just don't have a video for that. I was able to improve my aim quite a bit from when I started. Bro, I was straight dog trash. Like you would have a better chance shooting a basketball into the pin of a needle. Like you would have a way better chance than me actually hitting something. It was absolutely crazy. It's sad, but I'm getting there. But I'm able to keep my feet moving while also keeping the aim on people, which I actually have a little tip for that. But that is a tip for another video. All right, time for the last and final bonus tip. So the bonus tip I'm having is just, stay calm. Like, chill out. It's this game. Don't take it so serious. You don't really have to like panic and start getting rushy and stuff like that. Like anytime I get close to winning and stuff, I used to get a little antsy. But when I have some time to like really calm down, especially when I'm not streaming on twitch.tv/JArrington, I don't really, panic as much when I'm actually kind of like in the lead and like in the zone and coming in first, second, or third and trying to hold that spot. The calmer you are, the better, because when you start to get antsy and really try to rush towards your golden knife, you have like there's way more room for error. There's way more chances to make mistakes and things like that. A cool head is always the best thing to have. Now again, that's also a learned skill, not just a tip that you can hear in a YouTube video and then just be like, all right, let me go apply that right now. Like no, when you know yourself getting all antsy and panicky and like you see yourself dying a bit, like dial it back. Like just be okay with losing. Like take this L, it's fine. Don't rush it. Like you're trying to learn how to get better so we can get W's later. Like we don't have to worry about W's right now. We're just learning how to like, stomp these scrubs. Because that's all that we're about right now. And like, just take your time. People are going to come to you. Everyone else is getting antsy. Everyone else is rushing for a golden knife. And that's the perfect opportunity for people then to make mistakes and you to capitalize on those mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just saying it sounds like a good idea to me. Like I've had people telling people just rush into me because, the match is kind of ending. Someone's about to get a golden knife and everyone's just rushing me, feeding me kills and I get to catch up. So I'm not mad at it at all. So those are my top 5 tips plus a bonus tip because I love you guys so much for Arsenal. If you enjoyed the video, I'm just saying you don't have to subscribe, but I'm doing these videos, trying to do them daily, kind of putting these out like a whole bunch of just Arsenal tips and Arsenal videos. I'm trying to do some kill montages too because I don't know, I just have a lot of passion for this game. I haven't had a lot of passion for a game in 3 years, and I had no idea it would probably come from Roblox of all places. But yet, here I am, making content daily, trying. So if you enjoyed the video, definitely give it a like. If you want to see more, definitely hit me with a subscribe and tap that bell because every other YouTuber tells you to tap that bell. Or don't. I really don't care. I really don't. Jesus Christ, Jay. You can't be like this.